Today, we're diving into a thrilling sci-fi journey packed with mystery, emotion, and mind-bending twists. Imagine waking up to find the world on the brink of destruction, visions of the apocalypse spreading across the globe, and massive alien ships appearing in the sky. But are they here to destroy us or save us? Stick around as we recap this gripping story that blends tragedy, hope, and the fight for humanity's future. Let's get started. A young boy named Tom lives in a quiet little town and is absolutely obsessed with his favorite superhero show, Kaleidoscope Man, a colorful hero who protects Earth from alien threats. Tom often imagines himself as this hero, even wearing a matching sticker and playing pretend battles with his brother Freddie and their group of friends. Their dad, Mr. Dunn, runs a local car repair shop. One day, after another round of heroic adventures, Tom and Freddie run excitedly back to their dad to tell him all about it. Mr. Dunn, amused, hands Tom a special bracelet and tells him to keep it safe. Years pass by, and little Tom grows up. Now he's an adult, married to his loving wife, Mandy. Tom wakes up to the sound of the TV blaring news headlines. Mandy is in the bathroom, staring down at a pregnancy test. Meanwhile, Tom heads to the kitchen to brew coffee, then walks back upstairs and knocks on the bathroom door, reminding Mandy that he has a big board meeting at 9 a.m. She opens the door and teases him about being so worked up, reassuring him that he's the best doctor at his workplace. She takes the coffee and reminds him to go through the boxes lined up outside the rooms, but to make sure he doesn't throw away anything important. She suggests asking Freddie for help, but Tom brushes it off. He and Freddie have been estranged for a while. After Mandy heads downstairs, Tom opens the top box and finds something unexpected: the old bracelet his father gave him all those years ago. He smiles, puts it on, and starts getting ready for work. Downstairs, Mandy is still watching the news. War is breaking out across countries. She solemnly says the world needs a bit of hope. As she straightens Tom's tie, he notices something on her face and gently asks if everything's all right. That's when Mandy shows him the pregnancy test. They both get emotional, hugging tightly. It's finally happening. Tom looks across the room at a framed photo of their late daughter, Rebecca. Tears fill their eyes as they hope this pregnancy marks a new beginning. Tom gives Mandy a kiss and hurries out the door. Meanwhile, Mandy arrives at her job, where she works with her best friend, Jenny, as a teacher in a local primary school. Excited, she shares the good news with Jenny before heading to class. She begins her lesson teaching the children about Noah and the Ark, a story about second chances and hope. At the same time, Tom takes a detour before work to visit Rebecca's grave. There, he runs into Father Robert. Tom tells him about Mandy's pregnancy, and the priest congratulates him, encouraging him to keep his faith strong. Tom then pulls out his phone to call Mandy, but it goes straight to voicemail. He leaves a sweet message, asking to meet up and celebrate later. But right in the middle of the call, something strange happens. A low rumble, a strange noise. The sky darkens, thunder cracks, and in a flash, a massive explosion engulfs the city, turning everything to ash. Mandy and her students witness a similar terrifying event through the classroom windows. Frozen in fear, they watch as the wave of destruction nears. Tom feels like it's the end, but just as suddenly as it started, everything snaps back to normal. Confused and shaken, Tom wonders if he imagined it, but he soon realizes he wasn't the only one. Others saw it too. Trying to hold it together, he heads to the Livermore Care Center, where he works as a psychiatrist. Claire, the secretary, greets him and informs him that the guests are already waiting. Tom quickly heads upstairs, checking on patients as he goes. Eventually, he finds Sam, a patient painting a picture in her small room. What shocks Tom is that the painting looks exactly like the terrifying vision he had just experienced. Sam calmly tells him that the angels showed it to her. Tom checks her arm for signs of drug use, but Sam insists she's clean. Later, Tom attends a tense meeting with his boss, who announces plans to shut down the entire facility. Tom pleads with him to reconsider, but the boss walks away firm on his decision. Back at work, Tom receives a voicemail from Mandy, asking him to meet her. He heads to his patients and finds them glued to the TV. The news is buzzing. People from all walks of life are reporting similar apocalyptic visions. Some are calling it a divine warning. Meanwhile, Mandy is grading her students' drawings. To her concern, some of the kids have drawn terrifying scenes, burning buildings, people engulfed in flames. That's when Jenny runs in, wide-eyed, shouting that there's a giant spaceship in the sky. Tom tries to call Mandy, but her phone is on her desk as she runs outside with the others to see the massive spacecraft. At that moment, the fire alarm blares at Tom's building. He starts evacuating everyone. Outside, hidden in the clouds, they see the enormous ship. A smaller craft breaks away and approaches, then suddenly opens fire. Panic ensues as people run for their lives, but the small ship begins beaming people up, making them vanish. Tom manages to escape momentarily, but sees his patients being taken. Realizing he can't leave them, he joins them, and is taken too. The ship transports them to a larger mothership floating in space. A beam of light guides their arrival, and Tom loses consciousness as the transport process completes. Tom wakes up in a strange bed. A phone rings nearby. A voice on the other end calls him Ambassador and says someone is here to see him. Tom gets dressed and follows the commotion downstairs. To his horror, he sees Harriet screaming, trying to escape Floyd, who suddenly shoots her. Tom rushes to help, but Floyd turns the gun on him. Just in time, Sam appears and fires at Floyd, but he shoots her too. As Floyd points the gun at Tom's head, another surreal vision overtakes him. He's being beamed up again. When he comes to, Tom is in a mask and protective suit. Floyd calls out to him, urging him to get up. Tom is dazed, and the place looks like a cinema complex. Suddenly, Harriet screams, "They're coming!" Zombies attack and devour Floyd, turning him into one of them. Tom runs, locking a glass door behind him. Sam appears, urging him and Harriet to take the antidote. Apparently the city was gassed, and it's turning people into zombies. As zombies break in and drag Harriet away, Sam and Tom flee, still holding the antidote. Next, Tom finds himself holding a knife to Sam's throat. Harriet screams at him to back off. Floyd enters, gun drawn, demanding Tom release her. Confused, Tom lets go, but Sam knocks him down with a glass bottle. When Tom wakes again, he's naked and strapped to a table. Harriet, standing over him with scissors, says he deserves this. As he pleads, Tom wakes up again, this time inside the mothership, surrounded by fire, debris, and chaos. Explosions erupt as the smaller ship ejects him onto another planet. He crashes into water, swims ashore, and realizes he's not alone. Sam, Floyd, and Harriet are there too, watching volcanoes erupt around them. They all begin to realize they've experienced the same things. Floyd even says he feels better, like his mental illness is gone. Suddenly, the mothership crashes into the ocean. Explosions rock the area, but the group decides they must investigate if they want answers. A smaller ship starts chasing them, but Tom knocks it down with a rock, a true David versus Goliath moment. As they continue, Sam brings up the cinema again, a place where she used to watch horror films while high, before getting kicked out and meeting Mrs. Clare. The antidote was the drug she used to take. She swears she's clean now. Harriet shares her past too. Her father came home from prison and abused her mother in front of her. Since then, she's never trusted men. That's why she reacted so violently to Tom in the vision. They ask Tom what his trauma is. He tries to dodge the question, but finally explains, people can't be cured overnight. He lists their diagnoses: schizophrenia, narcissistic personality disorder, manic depression. All he wants is for them to be okay. Tom tries to climb down a cliff alone, hoping to find help. But when he looks back, a smaller ship has already taken his companions. Another ship comes, and Tom jumps onto it, riding it to the mothership. As he dodges attacks, he finds a gun and shoots down an enemy ship. He finds his friends unconscious and helps them out, giving them weapons. Together, they set off to find the ship's control center. Fighting through waves of enemy ships, Tom suddenly falls and finds himself in another vision, as a child again, playing superhero. He relives the moment when his dad was crushed under a car. Tom had believed in his powers and tried to lift the car, but he couldn't. His father died. It's likely the reason Freddy has kept his distance all these years. Back on Earth, people watch the sky in confusion. Some say it's all a government conspiracy, until astronauts from the International Space Station confirm the mothership is real. Then, disaster strikes. A giant blast hits New York, followed by an onslaught of small ships attacking cities and capturing people. Chaos breaks out. But Tom realizes they're not attacking. They're rescuing people. He calls Freddy and tells him to let the ships take him. Freddy trusts him. Tom realizes humanity can't save itself, but maybe the ships can. On a giant sky screen, Tom's face appears. He pleads with the world to trust the ships. Slowly, people come out of hiding. Mandy, watching all this, visits Rebecca's grave. Then her phone rings. It's Tom. He urges her to let the ships take her. But Mandy tells him the sun is rising, and so is an explosion. Tom watches helplessly from the moon as she says she's with Rebecca. The explosion takes her. Millions of humans are saved and brought onto the large ship. Sam tells Tom she believes the ships are angels, waiting to take them to a new home. Tom enters a pod, and they are all transported to another galaxy. In one of the pods, Mandy is revealed, alive, saved, and carrying their unborn child. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more movie recaps like this.